Welcome back. You're still watching In the Game. We just brought you live updates from Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire, where we have the African Cup of Nations. Yes, the Super Eagles of Nigeria have put smiles on the faces of every single Nigerian football fan. But though the Super Eagles pulled off an upset victory over the Elephants of Ivory Coast on Thursday, together with that hashtag, let us do it again, the big question still lies ahead. Have the Eagles finally landed? We have joining us all the way from Italy, of course, and one who has been there and done that, an ex-Super Eagles midfielder and an African Cup of Nations 2013 winner. We have Ogain Onazi. Thank you so much for joining us, Onazi.
Thank you. You're welcome.
It's a pleasure to have you here on In the Game, especially at a time when the Super Eagles have put a smile on the faces of every single legend and Nigerian football fan. It was the first African Cup of Nations meeting between the two sides since 2013. And I'm very sure you will agree with me because you were part of that squad in 2013 that, went up against Ivory Coast. At the blast of the final whistle, what was your first reaction?
Yeah, it was not an easy game. It was a very, very tight game. And I'm very happy that we used the opportunity we had on the penalty. Yeah, and I know that things are going to get better because after we drew the first game, I know Nigerians will begin to talk a lot, and that is how it goes. Even we too, when we won the AFCON 2013, it was almost similar situation. And I still believe on the Super Eagles, and I know that things are going to get better. This is just the beginning, but it is not yet, we have not arrived yet because there's a whole lot of work to be done.
A whole lot of work to be done. We still have more games before we get the ticket to the round of 16. But let's go to the game proper. 7 minutes into the game, Victor Osimhen missed a clear chance. A lot were so surprised with that clear chance that he would have led for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But I must give thumbs up to our defense. Our defense kept the team in the first half. But up front, we're lacking. Should Joseph Posiero, the coach of the side, have sacrificed a defensive, for our defensive stability, maybe take out a centre-back and then bring in a holding midfielder, just like you who have played in the midfield role before. Do you think he should have sacrificed a defensive option?
Well, he's the coach and he knows what he needs to do to get the result he deserves. Every game, as far as I'm concerned, every game has a different tactic. You have to study your opponent and know what you need to do. From my own perspective, and from what I saw yesterday, I don't know if people understand what they call tactics, but if you play football or you're a coach, you understand. That I realized that the coach was playing 5-3-2 because he was trying to cover the defense very well. And getting that goal, for me, it's the right thing for him to do to be able to protect that goal and get that needed 3 points. So for the next game, he studies the opponent and see their weak points, and he can capitalize on the weak points of the opponent. Maybe the next game he could be able to play 4-3-3 or so, more attacking, offensive, conscious of the team and all that. So, but for me, it was a very, very good tactic for him. He knows our team, he knows where we lack strength. So he decided to strengthen the part where we needed strength. So for me, it's a very good one, and let's look up to the next game.
I'm very particular about the midfield because I know you played in that position before. That's why I'm very, concerned about your wealth of knowledge in that position. Midfield did not match up with the position as the Ivorians there. The only way to reach the final third was by passing through long balls. How do we handle this kind of situation? We have Guinea-Bissau, who has won us before in the qualifiers in Abuja, to face off with in our next game.
Well, you need to blend as a team to be able to organize yourselves and know how to be able to go around. Because as far as I'm concerned, I know that they have not had a lot of time to be able to play together and be able to understand themselves, because we have been having a lot of changes on the midfield. Today, this guy will play. Tomorrow, you can see that indeed he's not there. Yes. So he has to bring a new person. So it is something that they need to understand themselves together. Then we can be able to move from the defense to the midfield and then midfield to the attack. It doesn't just work out immediately. So it's something that is a gradual process. As we go on in the tournament, it will begin to blend gradually. You can see Al-Hassan was in the first game, he's not in the second game. So another different person again. So it is not easy in this short period of time. So, but I just believe it's time, everything is going to be blend, and they're going to have the transition from the defense to the midfield and the midfield to the attack, because obviously Victor needs a lot of service of balls and from the wings, midfield and all that. The chance he lost was just one, and it's not like it's a clear chance. For me, it's a 50-50 because there was a defender on him, and then the goalkeeper came out, and the ball is also on motion very fast. So it's not something that is 100%. So for me, things are going gradually to the right path.
Okay, to the right part. You just brought Victor Osimhen to this conversation here. He won the man of the match. How much importance was his effort at securing that penalty? Remember that he was down and the referee did not see him until he had to stay down so to get the referee's attention. How much of an importance was that penalty for Nigeria?
Well-deserved penalty. Victor is a fighter. You could see him everywhere in the national team or in the club side. He's always fighting 110%. He's giving out all his best. If he doesn't score, he provides a penalty. If he doesn't provide a penalty, he assists, just to make sure that that point is there. He's doing everything possible to make sure that we have at least a goal against the opponent. And he's done everything. This is African football. Of course, it will take a little time for the VAR to call the referee to tell him that this is what is happening and all that. So you need to really stay on your stand on your point that this is penalty. That is why he was insisting. And for me, he's a well-deserved man of the match. He fought from the starting to the point where he was subbed.
Okay, but Osimhen have got the goal in previous match against Equatorial Guinea. He got us that goal and earned us the penalty. But don't you think Nigeria needs more from the star striker who picked up the CAF Player of the Year for 2023? Who in turn also needs greater service by the Eagles, going a distance against any opposition in this competition?
Of course, everyone who is watching the game, Nigerians all over the world, they deserve more from him because it's a responsibility for him now. And the responsibility is so much on him. And I believe and I know that he's going to deliver with those responsibilities. But for me, with what Osimhen is doing, is to make sure that Nigeria as a country have a victory. So we shouldn't put so much pressure on him that he must score a goal for us. He's doing everything possible. Okay, now he brought the penalty, and the AFCON scored the penalty, and Nigeria got the triple. So this is the objective, but for us to get a lot of goals. So I believe that from the next game coming, the net is going to be open wide for him to score a lot of goals.
But okay, are you not bothered that these Nigerian sides are not scoring? They were tagged as the most valuable squad going into the African Cup of Nations, but they are not scoring the goals that we expected from them.
I don't want to complain about anything. Football can be so funny sometimes. What you expect, it doesn't come out that way. So all I would just say is it's a gradual process. We are still on this path and we are going the right way. They will unfold gradually. They will unfold gradually. We should just be praying for our national team and praying for our players because it's not easy. I would say first, the pitch that they played was also very, 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 I will not say very, very bad, but it's not very good condition, This is Africa, we are playing, So, but I don't want to use that as an excuse, but as I said, things is going to go on better.
All right. We'll be hoping that they get better and score more goals. Let's fix our attention away from Victor Osimhen and now pinpoint the Nigerian Premier Football League players who the player, I would say, who's making a stand-up performance for the Eagles. An MPFL product who late 2022 got a clean sheet in yesterday's game. And I must tell you, again, you must agree with me that Nigeria has not kept a clean sheet in 6 games before now. How do you rate Stanley Nwabali's performance, the goalkeeper?
Well, it's my first time of seeing him play, and he did a fantastic job. And for sure, any good goalkeeper who doesn't want to concede goal will always control his defense. If you control them very well, you have less chance of conceding goals. And I see that if you reckon very well, there was a time that he was speaking to Akon and he was mentioning something like this. I didn't know what he was doing, but he was telling the Akon about something that maybe they should concentrate or they should stay tight. When I was playing with Enyama, we always fight with Enyama. Enyama calls my name like his son. He will shout my name and I'll tell him, why are you shouting my name? He said, yes, I must call your name because I don't want them to score. And then after the game, we'll hug each other and say, very good, we had a fantastic game. So this is how it's supposed to be. This is football. The goalkeeper must control his defense. In as much as the coach as well played a fantastic role by playing 5 in the defense. That's very, very good to cover your defense and make sure, because I know you can see Olaino, you see the Akon, you see all of them. They're all in the back 5. You can see them. So for me, it's a very good one for him, and I just hope and I pray that he continues this way because it's not yet over. This is just a starting point.
Yes, of course, there's a starting point for Stanley Nwabali. He did say after that game that he got his commanding attitude and composure from goalkeepers like Vincent Enyama. All right, okay, after a victory like this, what do you players do in camp? Come on, take us through that.
Well, this victory is a little bit relief from the first game. There's nothing special that's going to happen because the tournament is just starting. We're just in the group stage. We still need to pass so many stages to get to the finals. And there are a lot of teams that are doing very well. Nigeria alone, we know the pressure that we have from our country. So you don't even need to even shout so much. It's just to say, thank you, Jesus. Then prepare for the next game because everything is possible. So for me, I think, and I know that the players in camp just had a break like, now we go on to the next one. So you can't see anything special. You can't see anything special. There's nothing to celebrate. It's nothing to celebrate. Okay. It's just a relief from a little stress. Now, more stress is coming up because you win this game now, everybody 100%, 110%, they just put that Nigeria is going to win the next one. So already that's a pressure on you. So, but I know that they're professionals and they're going to concentrate. I believe in what they're doing, and I know that God is going to see them through. And we expect nothing less than victory ongoing forward now, that we just take it step by step, just as we did in the AFCON 2013. We drew 2 games and Nigeria were calling us okra soup. So the same way now, but now they are changing it now. And so I believe that victory is coming all the way.
All right, nobody gave Nigeria Super Eagles a chance in 2013, and they went all the way to lift that trophy. Okay, Ivory Coast and Nigeria has a few times decided the AFCON winner on multiple occasions. In 1994, it happened. In 2013, it happened. Have Nigerians been given a glimpse of hope here because we defeated Côte d'Ivoire as of yesterday?
Of course. If you allow me, I give the trophy to Nigeria. But it doesn't work that way because there are other teams who are also preparing very strong, getting ready for Super Eagles. Anyone playing against Super Eagles, if they are wearing one shin guard, they will wear 2 because they know what's coming for them. And you know, we have the African best there, Victor Osimhen, we have Lukman, we have Moses Simon, we have Ahmed Musa, we have Iwobi, we have Onyeka, we have Al-Hassan, we have Ekong, we have Kenneth Umeru. These are superstars. Everybody want to play against them. So what do you expect? So it is time for us to tighten up our belt because there are more battles coming in front.
More battles coming, especially when you make it out of the group. Give me your final, your favorites that will go all the way in this competition before I let you go.
Super Eagles, Senegal.
Super Eagles, Senegal. Okay, any other nation in the lineup?
Cape Verde is doing very well as well. And just these 3.
Okay, we would cross our fingers and see how their campaign will be heading out of the group stage to the round of 16 of the competition. We have been speaking to ex-Super Eagles midfielder and AFCON 2013 winner, Ogeyin Onazi. Thank you so much for joining us here on In the Game.
You're welcome.